Mike, sports vibes. Thank you for vibing with the bull. Let's go Sixers, man. I know a lot of people are like, I can't believe he's this positive. He's saying, let's go Sixers. I'm going to keep on saying it regardless of the James Harden situation, regardless of the Tobias Harris being traded for a crumble cookie situation. I'm always going to ride with my squad. I'm going to keep it real, but I'm riding with my squad, and I still have faith in this team because we still got Joel Embiid. We still have Tyrese Maxey, and we have Nick Nurse. We have the coach. We have the leadership that we needed. We don't have Doc Rivers no more. But let me get straight to the video. Tyrese Maxey has spoken, ladies and gentlemen. Tyrese Maxey is keeping it real. Tyrese Maxey is talking that talk that I like to hear because it's not on the far left of PJ Tucker, and it's not on the far left, on the far right, Daryl Morey. He's right in the middle, and he's bringing everybody together. So this is what Tyrese Maxey has said, and I'm going to get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get straight into it. So Maxey on the Mic podcast, Tyrese Maxey said, of course, I'm watching it because I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't see any of it. He also said, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't go on social media. I'm not going to sit there and tell that lie. I saw it. And it's just interesting. I will say this about the situation, though. To each his own. James, he's a professional. He's doing something for a reason, and you just have to sit back and understand what he's doing as a friend. But then as a teammate and as someone part of the organization that I'm with right now, you have to prepare for whether James is going to be there or not going to be there. That's just the nature of it. That's really just the nature of it. And it happens. It's not like it's crazy to say this, but it's not our first rodeo. Honestly, that's funny to say, but it's life. You know, it's not the first rodeo. You know, the Ben Simmons situation, the practice when he had his phone. You know, it's crazy that the Sixers are really going through this. But he also said, and no, James is his own individual. He's able to do whatever he pleases. And honestly, like I said, I'm prepared right now to play with him or without him. And I like that attitude. That's just the business side of it. It's no love lost because I love James to death. If he decided he was going to come back and play with us, I think there's nobody in the organization that would be upset about that. Nah, bruh. Nah. What did I just read? What did I just read just now? The last line, what did I just read? He also said, but you just have to understand what he's going through and pray for him as a brother. Let me get back to that last line. He said, I think there's nobody in this organization that would be upset about that. That might be true. That might be true. But I'm going to talk about the fan base. The fan base is 50-50. The fan base might honestly be 75-25. 75% want him gone. 25% want him to stay. I'm going to keep it real. I'm in between because I know how good James Harden is, and I'm not going to disrespect him. He is an all-time great. He did a lot for Tyrese Maxey. He taught him a lot. He's not washed up like a lot of players are saying. I don't care what nobody says. You could say he choked in the playoffs. Okay, I understand that. He choked even when he was in his prime with the Rockets. Even when he was with the Thunder, he choked when he had KD and Westbrook. He choked every time he gets to the playoffs. But you can't say he's washed, man. Like anybody that can average 20 points and 11 assists or whatever, he led the league in assists, right? I think he had like 5-6 rebounds a game. That's not washed. It's not washed. And he taught Tyrese Maxey a lot. And I like what James Harden did for Tyrese Maxey for the most part, because if you think about it, if it wasn't for James Harden, we probably would have lost Tyrese Maxey mentally. I know Tyrese Maxey is a tough dude, but just think about what Doc Rivers, how his chain of command is when it comes to the team. Joel Embiid, give the ball to Joel Embiid, give the ball to Joel Embiid, give the ball to James Harden, you take the shot. It was never Tyrese Maxey, you be aggressive, you go get you a bat, you go get a bucket. It was never Tyrese Maxey, go get yours. There was never really no plays called for Tyrese Maxey when Doc Rivers was the head coach. But James Harden was yelling at Tyrese Maxey, go get yours. And he did take the pressure off Tyrese Maxey because he is a great passer, regardless of what anybody says. He's a great passer. You know what I mean? And he scored, and even though he didn't come through in the playoffs, there was a lot of games throughout the regular season. I know it's just regular season. And in the playoffs, he did come through only 2 games. But he would take that responsibility and take that pressure off Tyrese Maxey and get some winning baskets or the winning assist. I'm not saying all this because I want to keep James Harden. I honestly want to get rid of him. Overall, I want to get rid of him because I look at it like this. If you don't want to be in Philly, you can go. And I don't want it to be a snowball effect. I don't want everybody to want to leave. I don't want Joel Embiid to be like, yeah, you're right, James Harden. I'm about to leave too. And then rub off on Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, man, I'm trying to leave too, man. They didn't even give me the max seat. They didn't give me a deal. I'm out too. I don't want that snowball effect. So if you don't want to be here, you can go. I understand the money situation, but I'm not going to get into all that. But he did bring a lot to the table, James Harden, and he taught Tyrese Maxey a lot. And then you can go the other way. Tyrese Maxey, right? I truly believe this. I think that he can be an all-star this upcoming season. I think he can average 22 to 27 points a game. I know you're probably like, how? This is how. If James Harden isn't playing, Tyrese Maxey is going to have the ball more, right? And I think Tyrese Maxey is, I believe it or not, underrated scorer. I feel like when he has the ball in his hand and he can be and he can still be aggressive, being the one, but he still has to facilitate a little bit better than 3.5 assists a game. But the only reason why he averaged 3.5 a game was because he didn't have the ball in his hands a lot more. So if James Harden is not on this team, I believe Tyrese Maxey will be an all-star, averaging at least 22 to 27 points with at least 7 assists. He has to double what he's been averaging, and that's 3.5 assists a game. He has to at least try to double that. And it doesn't have to be all the pressure on him to have the ball move. All the pressure doesn't have to be on Tyrese Maxey. You know what I mean? The coaching staff have to push this team to have the ball move a lot better. And I always go to the Spurs. And I'm talking about the Spurs when they had Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and Tony Parker, how the ball movement was spectacular. They need to somehow copy that. You know what I mean? Joel Embiid has to do better when it comes to his double teams. When he getting double team and triple team, he has to pass better. Everybody has to do their part when it comes to the ball movement. And I truly believe this team is not that far behind. And the reason why I say, let's go Sixers, and I'm going to keep saying it until Joel Embiid is not on this team, until Tyrese Maxey requests a trade also, and he's not on this team, we have a chance, regardless of us going through this. It seemed like year after year with this drama. First it was Ben Simmons. Now it's James Harden and Tobias Harris. We still have a chance, y'all. We are not as far. We have Nick Nurse. We have a good leader. We have a coach that won a championship. We have a coach that can make the correct adjustments throughout a game. That's not so stubborn and stuck in his ways not to put young players in. I always say this, man. Nick Nurse coached the Summer League team. Was it Turquavian Smith, Ricky Council, and a few others he got to see. He knows what they're capable of. Doc Rivers would have never done it. Doc Rivers was it seemed like he was allergic to play younger players. And that's why this team couldn't really grow. He wasn't into developing players. That's what a coach needs to do. You can't always have a ready-made team. That's what Doc Rivers wanted. This is still not even a ready-made team, even with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. That's why I love what Nick Nurse is doing. He's showing that he's trying to develop this team. He's going to develop Tyrese Maxey even more than what he is. He's going to be an all-star this upcoming year. I really, truly believe that we're going to do some damage in the playoffs this year. We will get out of the second round. But I am very excited for Tyrese Maxey and his future as a Philadelphia 76er. And I agree on what he's saying. He's preparing for if he's here or when he's not here. Hopefully, no disrespect to James Harden because he is an all-time great. I don't want him in Philadelphia no more. I just don't. I need all the Philadelphia 76er fans to leave in the comments below. Let me know what you think about James Harden leaving. And tell me what you think about Tyrese Maxey being an all-star this upcoming season. And also, just leave a comment and just let me know what you think in general. How do you feel about this whole situation, about just everything? Tyrese Maxey is talking his talk now. Joel Embiid, he said what he said. PJ Tucker saying what he said. Tobias Harris said what he said. What is your opinion besides just blowing the whole thing up? Because I know a lot of people just want to just get rid of everybody. Trade Joel Embiid. Keep Maxey. Sign him to a contract. Yes, a lot of people, some people are saying that right now. But why do that when we're so close? Why do that when we just hired a great coach? We're not that far from it, man. We're not that far. Even with all the flaws that we had going against the Celtics last playoffs, right? We were a game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. We was a game away. We was only a game away, y'all. Let's go Sixers, man. Let's go Sixers. This is the end of the video. I truly appreciate you vibing with the bull. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. I'm out.